At least once in your life you probably thought, what existed before the Big Bang? It sounds simple, but that question is like poking a black hole with a stick. The deeper you go, the more everything collapses into confusion. Because if the Big Bang created time itself, then asking what came before is like asking what's north of the North Pole. And yet, people can't help but wonder. Everything we know, stars, galaxies, even atoms in your body, came from that single moment, 13.8 billion years ago. One instant, there was nothing. The next, there was everything. Space, time, matter, energy, all born from a point smaller than a proton. But what triggered it? Why did reality suddenly decide to exist? Cosmologists call it the ultimate origin question. Religion, philosophy, and physics all have tried to answer it. And every time we think we are close, the universe smirks and moves the goalpost. What if there was something before the Big Bang? A hidden phase of reality that left behind faint clues, whispers buried in cosmic background radiation. Or maybe there was no before at all. That's what we are about to explore. The theories, the paradoxes, the mind-bending possibilities hiding behind the edge of time itself. Because if we can understand what came before the beginning, we might finally understand why anything exists at all. Before we dive in, I just want to give a huge shout out to our very first channel member, Jeek. Thank you so much for joining and supporting Spaceopedia. You are officially part of the crew exploring the mysteries of the cosmos with us. Seriously, it means the world, or should I say the universe. Welcome aboard, now back to the topic. To understand what might have existed before the Big Bang, we first need to understand what actually happened during it. And here is where things start to get weird. Most people imagine the Big Bang as an explosion. A fiery blast scattering matter across empty space. But that's not how it was. There was no space to explode into. Space itself was the thing expanding. There was no outside, no stage. The stage was being built as the play began. About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe was unimaginably small, hot and dense. All energy, no structure. Then, in a fraction of a second, everything began stretching outward. Not because of a bang, but because of inflation, a mysterious force causing space to expand faster than the speed of light. That expansion didn't hurl galaxies into space, it created the space between them. Every atom, every particle, every photon you ever seen was once packed into that cosmic seed. Eventually, things cooled just enough for the first particles to form, then atoms, then stars, galaxies, and planets. And one tiny blue world where curious humans started wondering how it all began. So far, so good. Except for one problem. The math breaks down at the start. When physicists trace the universe backward in time, the equations stop working at what's called the Planck Epoch, a trillionth of a second after the beginning. Beyond that, we hit a wall, a singularity, where time, space, and physics itself stops making sense. And that's the real mystery. If time started at the Big Bang, then the concept of before doesn't exist. But our brains and our science can't let that go. Because deep down, we all sense it. Something must have come before the beginning. So we went back in time to the early days of the universe. And we've hit a problem. The Planck Epoch. A time so early, so unimaginably small, that even our best physics just waves the white flag and says, "Good luck, buddy." We are talking about a time frame of 10 to the power of negative 43 seconds after the Big Bang. To put that in perspective, if the entire history of the universe were a 24-hour day, the Planck Epoch would end less than a trillionth of a second after midnight. Blink, and the laws of physics haven't even loaded yet. Here is the problem. The two great pillars of modern science, Einstein's relativity and quantum mechanics, both work beautifully, until you try to use them together. Relativity explains the very big, stars, galaxies, gravity. Quantum mechanics explains the very small, particles, forces, probabilities. But the instant you combine the two, boom, divide by zero, everything breaks. It's like trying to mix Windows and macOS code in the same program. The result isn't enlightenment, it's an error message from the universe. At the Planck scale, gravity becomes quantum, space becomes grainy, and time itself might stop behaving like a continuous flow. It could be discrete, pixelated like cosmic Lego. But without a unified theory of quantum gravity, we are blind beyond that point. This is the wall of ignorance, the cosmic firewall guarding the secrets of creation. On one side, everything we can measure, test and simulate. On the other, pure speculation, wild math and unanswered questions that keep physicists awake at night. And yet, that's where things get exciting. Because behind that wall could lie the real story, not just of the Big Bang, but of what came before. So what's beyond it? Well, let's peek over the edge. What could lie beyond the wall of ignorance? What existed before the Big Bang, if before even makes sense? Scientists have proposed some of the most mind-bending theories imaginable, and while none are confirmed, each offers a fascinating glimpse into what might have preceded creation itself. Let's explore the 4 leading contenders. Number 1. Cyclic Universe, the Big Bounce Theory. What if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning, but just the latest reboot? According to the Cyclic Universe model, the cosmos isn't a one-time event. It's an endless loop of expansions and contractions. Imagine the universe breathing: Big Bang, expansion, slowdown, collapse, big crunch, then bang again. This Big Bounce theory suggests that before our universe expanded, a previous one collapsed under its own gravity. Its death became our birth. Some evidence: slight irregularities in the cosmic microwave background, the leftover radiation from the Big Bang. There are hints that something before might have left fingerprints in that ancient light. In other words, our universe could be a cosmic phoenix, eternally dying and being reborn. Number 2. The Quantum Fluctuation Theory. Then there is the wildest idea of all. Maybe the universe came from nothing. But nothing in quantum physics isn't really nothing. It's a sea of invisible energy called the quantum vacuum. Tiny particles constantly pop in and out of existence. It's like reality's screensaver. One theory says that the Big Bang could have been triggered by a random quantum fluctuation, a tiny spontaneous blip that inflated into everything we see today. In this view, existence isn't a planned event. It's an accident of probability, the ultimate cosmic whoops. And yes, that means the universe could in theory pop into existence again, anywhere, anytime. Comforting, right? Number 3. The Multiverse. What if our Big Bang wasn't unique at all? The multiverse theory proposes that our universe is just one bubble in a vast cosmic foam, an infinite ocean of universes, each with its own laws of physics. In this picture, before the Big Bang simply means outside of our bubble. Somewhere beyond our cosmic horizon, other universes are forming, colliding, or dying, every possible version of reality playing out at once. So yes, there might be another you in another universe watching this same video, but you paused it halfway through to check your phone. And number 4, the simulation hypothesis. Finally, one theory that straddles science and philosophy. What if Big Bang was a system boot-up? Some physicists argue that it's statistically more likely that we are living inside of an advanced simulation than a base reality. In that case, the moment of creation wasn't a cosmic explosion, it was a line of code being executed. The background radiation, the residual noise of digital cosmos. Quantum randomness, just computational rounding errors. If that's true, then before the Big Bang there was just data, and someone or something hit run program. Each of these theories paints a radically different picture of what came before the time itself. But they all agree on one thing: the Big Bang might not be the beginning, only the latest chapter in a story that's far older, deeper and stranger than we can ever imagine. And if that's true, then maybe, just maybe, the universe has been here forever. It just keeps changing the way it tells its story. So we looked behind the curtain of the universe, past galaxies, beyond atoms, and right up to the moment before everything began. And what did we find? Questions. Just more questions. Maybe that's the point. For all of our equations and telescopes, the truth is the universe refuses to tell us how it started. It's as if reality has built-in privacy settings, and the password expired 13.8 billion years ago. Some scientists say there was no before, that time itself was born with the Big Bang, so asking what came before is like asking what's north of the North Pole, a question that breaks the map. Others believe something existed before, a previous universe, a quantum field, an eternal cycle, or maybe even a reality built on information. But maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. Maybe the mystery isn't what came before the universe, but why there is a universe at all. Because the deeper we look, the more it feels like the cosmos is less of a machine and more a thought, an idea trying to understand itself. And that's what makes this question so powerful. It's not just science, it's existential archaeology. We are not uncovering fossils of planets or stars, we are digging into the origins of existence itself. So perhaps there was no beginning. Perhaps the universe didn't start, it just changed, and we are part of the latest chapter in a story that never truly had a first page. One thing's for sure, the end is just as mysterious as the beginning. Thank you for watching, keep looking up.